Alright, let's do it. So today I was thinking about advice that I would give to my younger self on managing and investing my own time. And so these are some lessons that if I could speak to my 21-year-old self that I would share with him. Because it took me half a decade to fucking learn myself. So if you had a bank account where every single day $86,400 got deposited into that, it's up to you however you like to invest it. But the next day you're going to get another $86,400 again. Like, what would you do with that money? You would probably waste most of it because you know there's going to be $86,400 more landing in your bank account again tomorrow. But you also get 86,400 seconds every day, and because you're going to get another 86,400 seconds tomorrow, you can start to devalue the seconds that you got today, which leads to poor time management, which is why sometimes people look back on the last half decade and go, wow, I could have done so much more if I knew this. So here are some practical tips on managing your time more effectively. There's going to be stuff that you can do on your phone. It's going to be really, really useful. So just bear with me. Precursor, I understand that it's still important to enjoy your life. Some of what I say is going to make it come across like I don't do anything or talk to anyone all the time and I'm a robot. Firstly, I'm not perfect, so it's not like I stick to this 100% of the time. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, and that's why they put erasers on the ends of pencils. But I just want to say, I understand it's still important to enjoy life. Just take this with a grain of salt. You can cherry pick what you like and what you don't like. You don't need to do all of it. You're a grown-up. You can make your own decisions. So we're going to break this down into a practical process of just 2 steps. Firstly, we are going to create time by eliminating waste. Secondly, we're going to invest time by planning and using, calendars and stuff like that accordingly. So firstly, we need to create time because you're probably wondering, Brandon, I have so much on that I don't have time to do anything. Bullshit. First, here's an exercise you can do. Go to your phone, go to settings, search screen time, and then just look at your screen time for the last week. There's a whole lot of time. Secondly, go to your calendar. I actually did this with someone ages ago. Go to your calendar. If you're not using your calendar, I'm going to get to it later, but start using your calendar, you godless fucking heathen. Just use Google Calendar. You don't need to pay for one. There's a bunch of free ones, right? Now, set up as recurring events when you sleep, when you go to work, when you eat, all these non-negotiables. Just schedule out all the non-negotiables first. Now you should have some white space there. Look at all that fucking time. If you don't have any white space, then we need to start automating, delegating, and eliminating, which we're going to get into. No more limiting beliefs and excuses. We're going to fix everything. Don't worry about it. Bear with me. Third, we're going to cull distraction. Well, point 1.3, we're going to cull distraction. So firstly, on your iPhone, I didn't know about this feature until a little while ago, but they have focus modes. If you're on a Samsung, get an iPhone. But anyway, on iPhone, you've got these focus modes. You can have them for fitness, you can have them for work, you can have them for sleep, and you can customize what notifications you do and don't get for each profile. So for example, from the hours of 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. every weekday, the only people that can contact me are my personal trainers via text message. Everyone else, don't know what you're saying. During the hours of 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., the only people that can contact me are my team members on Slack, or my accountant if he calls me. And then you can schedule them out, just like I said, so just do that. So at certain hours of the week when you're working and you need to focus, just block it out. Just automatically block it out. No one can talk to you during those hours. Third, my friend, shout out to Jesse for showing me this. You can silence unknown phone numbers. So if you're living in Australia like me and you're getting spam calls a billion times a day, just search silence unknown phone numbers. If someone calls you and they're not a contact, your phone's not going to ring. You're welcome. Next, really, really big one. Unfollow a lot of people on social media. I unfollowed 3,000 people because I was just I don't know, when I was 21, I was just following hot chicks that I didn't know. So go through, unfollow them. All the influencers that are just selling you garbage, all the fitness influencers that make you feel insecure, just unfollow all of them. Next, if you have friends that post a shitload of stories that don't serve you, but they're really long and you just go down this rabbit hole with them, but you don't want to offend them by them realizing that you've unfollowed them, you can just mute their stories on their profile. Cool, unsubscribe from waste. If you got Netflix subscriptions and you got Stan subscriptions and you got Hulu and you got Disney, just cull them all. Or maybe just leave Netflix for Seinfeld. That's what I have. Cool, this one's gonna piss some people off. Get used to saying no to people without having to explain yourself too much. And also, you don't owe anyone a reply. So if you're... This is ironic because not many people ask to hang out with me, but sometimes they do. You probably get a bunch of social obligations and you're I need to go to this thing, is this thing? Get used to just saying no and not having to explain yourself too much. You don't need to be rude about it, but you don't need to say yes to every single social invitation that you get. And when people message you, you don't actually need to reply. Or at least you don't need to reply immediately. Just batch all your distractions I don't know, I reply in 3 to 4 business days. That's gonna piss some people off. But the overarching principle for step 1 is automate, delegate, and eliminate. So automate means, can we just get technology to do it for us, i.e. the focus modes. Delegate, I didn't mention this, but if you have like employees and stuff like that, you can delegate. So it's just like, automate is like, can technology do it? Delegate is, can someone else do it? And eliminate is just, can we just fucking not do it? Cool, remember, automate, delegate, eliminate, create time, and then we can start investing it, which is step 2, which is invest time. So some principles that I like, there are more, and I'm sure I'll make more videos when I remember and I realize I forgot to mention them in this video. Firstly, I mentioned it, use a calendar. Brandon, you godless heathen. Next guiding principle is schedule the hardest things first. There's usually a correlation between how hard something is and how important it is, because I always like saying growth, what did I say? Discomfort is where growth happens, and if you're uncomfortable with something, it's a sign that you should move towards it, because that's the next thing that you need to overcome and get used to, right? I think I did a video on it, maybe I haven't done it yet. So for example, for me, I schedule going to the gym like first thing every single morning, because I enjoy it now. I don't find it hard, but it's important to me, so I do it first, because if I schedule it for later in the day, all the stuff, I can get exhausted. I can get to the end of the day and I'm like, I'm going to skip it today. But if I do it first thing in the morning, I'm never going to miss. Number 3, when you can't do, listen. So what I mean by that is whenever you're doing any hands-on tasks, like you're driving or you're cooking or fucking, I don't know, you just don't have your hands free to learn and do hands-on activities that might be productive, listen to audiobooks. Get Audible. The book's like $15, and every month you get like a credit to buy a new one, because there's probably time in your calendar if you blocked out like your commute to and from work. Let's say, I don't know, back when I worked in Fremantle, it took me 30 minutes to drive there and 30 minutes to drive back. That's 1 hour every single day. I was working there 5 days a week. That means it's 5 hours. Most books, some books are like 5 hours. I could get through an entire book just on my commute to and from work that week. 1 book a week. Bang, done. Number 4 for step 2 is plan tomorrow today. I swear to God, the times that I've been least productive in my life was where I just like woke up and went, what the fuck am I doing today? But if you wake up and you have a list from the night before, we're like, cool, I had all these problems today that I need to fix tomorrow. You just start going down, you start going, swiping off and bang, 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 bang. Also, on the note of planning, when it comes to habits, most people start with habits rather than starting with goals. It's got it the wrong way around. When you're planning your habits and things you want to do every single day, don't just start saying, I want to start meditating and I want to fucking do keto or whatever the fuck. Don't start with the habits, start with the goals, because the habits are just things that you, like, they don't have any purpose without a goal. So start with a goal first. So that means, all right, what do you want to have by like this time next year? It's like, all right, I want to be like 12% body fat. And then you break that down to quarterly sprints. So like a 90-day sprint. And then you go, all right, cool. If I want to hit this next quarterly 90-day sprint, what do I need to do every single day to get there? So rather than having like a big goal of like, I want to make all this money, just chunk it down into quarters and then chunk that down into what do I need to do every single day consistently to get a little bit closer to that. Cool? Cool. Last one. This is rich coming from me, but schedule a recovery. So exhaustion is a debt that will compound in a tremendous amount of interest. Burnout, you get tired, you get sick. That takes you out of the game for days or weeks, and it's going to set you back. So to schedule your recovery, I like to do a long weekend every month, and then hopefully, I say hopefully because I don't fucking do it, a week off every quarter. But I stay on top of my physical recovery. I have a physio appointment every second Thursday, and I get sports massages with Bon every twice a week. So schedule your recovery before it catches up on you. Anyway, I hope you found these useful. That is the advice I would have given to my 21-year-old self, now speaking as a 26-year-old, so that he could manage his time and invest it better, so he could be somewhere that is beyond where I'm currently at. Does that make sense? Sounds like a Back to the Future episode. Have a nice day.